Hey there, this is Jennifer.
I'm Ken Morton Jr.
And we're back for another installment of our kind of weekly what's new in the world of golf for both Hagen Oaks and Morton Golf Sales Online. Ken, we had a pretty exciting week last week with our first video talking about the new Ping G400 Max drivers and the Callaway Rogue. Sales have been pretty good on those things, huh?
It's been testing extremely well. Everybody that's been putting it out on TrackMan has been seeing some big increases in distance.
That's exciting. This is another huge week for product introductions, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We have actually a brand new tailor-made series of golf clubs coming out. And then we're here to highlight a brand new Cobra wood as well.
Excellent. Why don't we get started? Tell us about the new TaylorMade M3 and M4. Those come out when?
They come out on Friday, and we're very excited. There's a line of woods and some irons, but we're here. We've got the two drivers here because that's the technology that's literally putting a twist on everything that we ever thought about golf clubs before. So what they have created is something called twist face, and I'm going to hold this up close to the camera. You're actually going to see that this is actually a gigantic version of what the face is looked like. And what they've done, traditionally woods have had a centerpiece here in the middle, but then have it curved off to the left and right, and that's called bulge and roll. And what that does is it creates a counter turn to the golf ball so that if you hit a ball out on the toe of the golf club, by having it curve back around this way, it actually puts counterspin on the golf club and keeps that ball left. And the same thing with the heel, having it curved off this way. If you hit one in the heel, it has a counter to it, and it actually curves the ball back out to the right, and it keeps the ball straighter. Woods have had this forever. The old laminated maple woods and persimmon woods all had bulge and roll. But what TaylorMade has done on this brand new wood, and this is the first time it's ever been done, is they've literally twisted that face, and you'll actually see that curvature on there. And what that does is it creates more loft out on the toe of the golf club and more bulge and roll so that when you hit that ball high and up on the face and out towards the toe, typically what that ball does is it wants to duck hook and actually turn back left. By creating more loft and it being more open, it's actually going to create straighter shots. And just the opposite is true on a heel shot. When you hit that ball in the heel, it has a tendency to want to go high and to the right, and by having that open heel there, that's actually going to keep that ball straighter.
So Ken, who's this club like made for? What's like the ideal target player for this?
TaylorMade is saying it's good for everybody. The average player who hits that ball off center is going to see dramatic increases in keeping that ball in play, which ultimately means longer drives because you're not going longer into the woods. Once you hit the short grass, that ball's going to roll out farther. What's interesting is that the tour pros, they had guys like Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson and Jason Day. All of them to a guy have taken this and putting this into play. Dustin Johnson was quoted how many times he hits one square in the course of a round. He thought roughly one time per 18 holes does he actually hit one square.
So what do you think that means for the average player?
Man, I would have said at least one, but maybe I'm half a one or one every week or year, So these guys are also seeing the benefits of this because it's gradual as it goes out to the heel and toe. This isn't the only technology in this wood. So we've got the new M4 that you see right here.
Here's the M3. I'll pull this out for a moment.
Yeah, no problem. It's got a carbon graphite top there. You can see there the carbon graphite working into the top.
What does that do?
So the lighter they can make that crown, the lower they can make the center of gravity in the wood, and the more of that weight they can take and push back in this golf club. So
and how's that going to help us?
We talked about last week with all of these new product introductions, the goal is to get the weight low and back for the average golfer so that you create more moment of inertia. When you hit one on the heel and toe, less moment of inertia means the ball is going to go less distance. The higher the MOI on the golf club, the more distance you're going to get on those off-center hits. The other two cool pieces about the M4 is you'll see this sound slot. They purchased Adams Golf a couple years ago, and one of the big reasons that they wanted to do that is they wanted that speed slot technology, and this is called the Hammerhead. It's a slot that runs all the way across there. They feel like that's giving them a little bit more rebound effect on there. And then last but not least, you'll see this really kind of cool ring that runs right around out here. What they've tried to do is create it. It's called geoacoustic technology.
That's a pretty big word. What is that?
They've actually shaped the back end of the golf club to try to generate what they think is the perfect sound on a driver. And actually, all these little different rings do just that. M4 is going to retail for $429.99, and then its sister golf club, which is the M3, also uses lots of this carbon technology, not just in the crown of the golf club, but in the sole of the golf club also. And they've created this wonderful cage of carbon and, again, moved that weight back. The difference on the M3 is it's got these two channels, these two tungsten weights on the bottom here that actually can be adjusted. You'll see this Y technology that's right here. And those channels have dozens and dozens of different settings that you can adjust this wood to your heart's content.
Okay, so the new twist face technology is in both the M3 and the M4.
It is, yep.
What's the retail on this one going to be?
$499.99. It comes out on Friday.
It comes out on Friday. Now, how do I know which club is going to be better for me?
That's the beauty about coming out to Hagen Oaks, is you can bring your driver out, an M3, an M4, have one of our golf professionals set it up in the exact right loft and shaft combination for you, and take it out on the driving range and hit them side by side. If you want a little bit more technological help on that, you can actually go take that and on a TrackMan and set up a TrackMan fitting, and you can compare it with some numbers too. If
that's something you're interested in, give us a call at 916-871-2531. That's our golf concierge. And we can set up an appointment for you, basically, to come out for a driver fitting.
And we had a question come in from Chente. I wanted to let you know that they are available for testing already for fitting right now. On Friday morning, we'll have all of the demos out, and you can take them out on your own, out onto the driving range.
So that means right now they're only available if you set up a fitting through the Player Performance Studio.
Correct, yep.
Okay, so... there's been a lot of buzz about that new TaylorMade product. I think it's really exciting that it's finally here and coming out on Friday. But that's not the only thing that's coming out. Ken, what can you tell us about the new Cobra?
So King Cobra F8 has actually been out for a couple weeks, but we've been doing extremely well with it so far. They too have used a bunch of carbon on the crown of the golf club.
So is that kind of going to be fairly universal among the manufacturers this year?
Yeah, if actually, my kids are big into like television shows like Top Gear and the Grand Tour and cars. All of the fancy Lamborghinis, Ferraris, they're all using carbon fiber to get that weight lower. And golf clubs are the same way. They can make a carbon crown of that golf club, and it's going to weigh almost half of its titanium counterpart.
Wow.
And again, every bit of weight that they can save, they want to move down and back in that golf club. So they're using carbon crowns and tungsten weights like you see in the back right here. Tungsten's an extremely heavy material. That weight right there weighs almost as much as the rest of the body of the head.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It is. The cool part about this is the face and the butt end of the golf club, however. You'll see that circle on there, and that's not a sticker. That's not an actual... any adhesive on there. That's actually the face of the golf club. And if you look at Scotty Cameron putters and Bettinardi putters and some of the high-end putters in the marketplace, all of them are CNC milled. And what that means is a computer machine actually takes a drill bit and actually, rather than have something cast, which is a molten metal pulled into a mold like a lot of cast putters are, they actually take a stamped piece of metal that's stamped over tons and tons of pressure, and then they mill this out to exact tolerances. And what they've done is they've actually stamped a titanium face. And
Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, and then gone back in and CNC milled it to get it as thin as they possibly can without it breaking. So again, the thinner you can make that face, the more rebound effect that you have, and the farther that ball should go.
How is this one testing on TrackMan here?
We sold more Cobra woods last month than any month in our history, and it was January, so I just want to put that in perspective. It was a monster month for us. This is testing phenomenally well, It has a sister product called F Max also, which is offset. So for people that have a little slice challenge, that's a great one to put in your bag too.
Now this product I think is pretty revolutionary for another reason. Ken, can I have you talk about what this is on the end of this
Exactly.
club?
On the very end of the golf club, you're going to see this little marker right there, and this is a material called Arcos, and it's actually a smart golf club. You're actually able to
Wait. So what does that mean? Come on.
So this little has it's kind of like an iPhone. It has materials that go into the very tip of the golf club that are down here, and it weighs very little. And they actually make a little bit lighter weight of a grip to accommodate for it. But you can actually connect this via Bluetooth to your cell phone, and this will actually give you how far you're hitting the golf club, your swing speed on those golf clubs. You can actually take it out on the golf course. It'll tell you how many times it swung. It's amazing, this technology.
Is this legal for tournament play?
You cannot use it in tournament play.
Okay.
But when you're out practicing it and using it out on the driving range, that's where it makes for a really, really good...
I mean...
because one of the measurements it does is tempo also, and so when you're over swinging or if it's cold and you're trying to generate a little bit extra club head speed, that's where you can actually use this for great analysis.
I was going to say, for the amount of people these days that just want to know more and learn more, man, you can't go wrong with this. And aren't they also including it on their new irons?
They are. So Arcos is going in across the board in all of the new Cobra golf clubs. They've actually purchased a portion of this company, and we're going to see smart golf clubs forevermore now from Cobra.
I really think this is pretty cool technology, and definitely worth coming in and taking a look. How does this compare to like a TrackMan fitting? I mean,
it doesn't give you quite as much information. It's more specific to this particular golf club.
Okay.
But again, from a tempo standpoint and from a seeing how far you're actually hitting drives, which we all believe we hit farther than we really do, this will actually help you, again, compared to like a rangefinder or a GPS system. At that point in time, you'll know exactly how far around corners are and how far you hit different irons, because you'll actually have all that documentation in your bag.
Very, very cool. And so we can come out. Can I just come out and try this on our driving range here at Hagen Oaks?
You can. We have a new line of F8, F8 Plus, which is a little higher end, upper end shaft golf company, as well as all the matching fairway woods and hybrids.
Excellent. Now, all these products are also available for sale online on our online storefront, Morton Golf Sales. You can go there and shop as well and have the product delivered directly to your house, or come on into Hagen Oaks and try it. Try it on our driving range.
Yeah.
Now, that's not all. This is all we're going to talk about in clubs this week, but with spring arriving, we have lots of new apparel items that are arriving as well. I know that there was a piece that you wanted to talk to us about today as well. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so Adidas just has all their brand new spring materials all arriving into the store this week. And I know it seems silly to get really excited about clothes, but as
Wait a minute. Women always get super excited about clothes.
Maybe it's
so talk
different.
To yourself.
Be excited for me to get excited about clothes. But with this new product, I really am. It's actually all the technology that we're talking about in hard goods. There's equal amounts of technology going on in apparel right now. And I've got some men's pieces up here behind me, but we have lots of ladies' apparel that's arriving as well, in addition to some Adidas, which we're going to talk about here.
I was going to say, what is the cool stuff?
It has the same type of technology. So within the Adidas line, they have a new category of golf clothing called the Ultimate 365 product. And what they've tried to do is just load it up with technology to make it the most comfortable and advanced golf equipment that they can. It's just equipment that you wear. So we'll start with the polo here. So it just seems like a regular golf polo here, but you'll feel it's a really nice soft hand. It's a polyester blend. But what's the cool part about it is it's actually UPF 50. So it's actually going to keep you from getting any of those harmful rays. But the really cool part about this is that it has 20% of this brand new material called elastane in it.
What does that mean?
Imagine like those spandex shorts that you put on that stretch and hide all of the curvy parts that need to be covered. And I can speak for sure about that myself. It is the stretchiest shirt that you've ever seen. it actually can stretch almost twice its regular size. So again, in a golf swing, as we're swinging and making those swinging motions, different parts, our elbows, our shoulders, our waist, all those kind of things, especially as shirts are tucked in, they stretch, and you want that garment to stretch with you. This new material called elastane does just that. We're starting to see this in more garments. We have a new pant that's going to be coming out this fall from another vendor called Anderson Ord, and it's like a pair of sweatpants, but they're the dressiest pants you've ever seen. So we're going to be seeing more and more of that.
So before you move on, these are obviously arrived.
Yes.
What sizes do you carry?
Small through 3X, and we've got them in about a dozen different colors, and this is going to be a staple for us. We're going to be carrying this all of the time.
So if you're ever short of a color or a style, you can count on this always being in stock for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's really cool about it is Ultimate 365 has two matching pieces to it as well. They have a short, which again has all of those same stretch characteristics to it. It's a really nice lightweight hand, but what's important is all the stuff on the inside. So if you turn this pair of shorts, this beautiful pair of shorts, inside out here, you'll see on the waistband they've got these little, what looks like little rubberized Adidas markers on there. I know for me, when I'm playing golf, I have a tendency when I swing to untuck my shirt all the time. These are actually called waist grabbers, and it's actually super sticky, as Jennifer can attest to.
It absolutely is.
It grips the shirt, and your shirt won't ever come untucked.
Because that is pretty annoying.
Yeah. This waistband has spandex in it, and so it doesn't have any mechanical pieces like some of the shorts does, but it can actually stretch up to 1.5 inches on either way because of this waistband. And then if you look at all the different pockets and stuff here, this is actually a technical fabric. You'll actually see those little holes there in the pocket. It's actually, again, the pockets have technology in them. It allows the moisture.
What do you need for your pockets to have technology in them?
So when you're putting your hands in your pockets and they're sweaty, it's going to help breathe and dry off your hands. And more importantly, as you're hot in the summertime and you're sweating from the inside out, sometimes the fabric has all of the technology to help grab that perspiration and wick it away, but the pockets don't. They're traditional cotton pockets. This is actually designed specifically to grab that moisture, pull it away from the body, and have it evaporate to keep you cooler during the summertime.
That's a pretty cool feature.
So we have them in the shorts, and we have it in the matching Ultimate 365 pant. They're available in colors. The shorts are available in about 15 colors, and the pants are available in about 10 different colors. And all of the same cool technologies I talked to you about in the short are also available in that pant.
Now, that's all that we have to show you for this week, but check back next week because this is going to be a weekly installment for us. We're going to be bringing you live coverage every week of new products, new introductions, things that we're just excited about. There's a couple of things, of course, I need to just remind everybody about. We have some dates coming up. For those that are traditionally coming to our Golf and Guitars concert series, which is held usually in May. I can't tell you the date quite yet. But ticket sales and the big announcement of that is going to come out on March 5th.
Yep.
We also are going to be hosting our 20th annual Easter egg hunt and pancake breakfast on April 1st, on Sunday, April 1st. What time does that start, Ken?
We have pancakes starting at 9:30, and then the Easter egg hunt starts at 11 o'clock sharp.
Don't be late. It'll be over by 11:01.
We usually have a child or two arrive at 11:02, and they are sadly sad. So yeah.
Yeah, but there's tons of eggs. It's for children ages 0 to 10. How many eggs do you think we hide out there? A couple thousand with prizes.
Almost 4.
Almost 4,000.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. And then all the eggs are filled with candy. Some of them are filled with prizes. Yep. So if you have a child between the ages of 0 and 10, come make Hagen Oaks your new family tradition.
Yeah, in fact, at that Easter egg hunt, we just bought some cool Puma backpacks that are going to be in some of the prize eggs.
Awesome. That'll be fun. The other date that you need to mark on your calendar now, take the whole week off, I think, is for our Hagen Oaks Golf Expo weekend, which is going to be held Friday, April 27th through Sunday, April 29th from 9 to 5 daily. And super excited. That event always continues to impress and excite everyone who joins us.
Yep.
Anything I'm missing? Anything you want to share? Or just come back next week?
Those are the keys. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.